what you know about your great-great-grandfather when he was opening this place?
Yes, this place has been since 1885, that's many years ago. And this the fifth generation. The first generation was Pasquale, then it went on to Anthony, then to William, then there were his four sons, which is my father and his three brothers, and now it's about us. And at the moment we're running it, me, my brother and my cousin are running the shop. But the first one that opened the shop was Pasquale in 1885.
Okay. And where was the first shop?
The first shop that we had was this one in Valletta, which is still today. At the first time that we opened it, we only had a small part of the shop that you are seeing today.
Mm-hmm.
But then, since we were seeing in the 1960s that it was growing, we used to sell more, we started to, since it was very small, we couldn't cater.
Mm-hmm.
So we opted out to enlarge the shop, which is in fact how you can see it now today. And then in the 70s, we opened a shop in Sliema, which is the second best shopping center in Malta. And in the 90s, we bought a very big shop, a huge shop in one of the best streets in Sliema. So we had three in total.
Mm-hmm. And how was in the family the love about the music, and how was with this in the business?
This is the first shop, music shop that opened in Malta.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the only shop for many, many years. Then in the 1970s, some other shops started to open selling music, 70s, 80s, mainly more 80s, but there were some in the 70s. Otherwise, before we were all alone here. So this shop has seen two wars, went through these wars, and as you can see, the business was a little bit slow at the moment, but then it was always growing since the 1960s, 70s, and as you can see, everyone, all the generations used to love music, and obviously we are in love with the shop. And although we went through a very difficult time at the end of 90s and 2000, and it's still a bit difficult at the moment because of the download and the sales dropped down quite a lot, but we still love music and we still want to see this shop open, so we do our very best and sacrifices to see this shop still going.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously we had to generate, we have to change. We had to change when the business was going slow, but we didn't change the style of the shop. We still continue to sell music. As you can see, the shop is all about music. There's nothing, but we try to expand a bit by getting on DVDs, which at the moment helped to continue our sales, so that obviously we didn't close the shop.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I heard you had in the 60s, 70s record label. So what kind of music you were producing in those days? And it was only in Malta, or you
Very
sent
good.
them?
First, we started in the 1930s. We used to send local singers to Italy, mainly Milan, to record their music there. And then we used to receive it here and sell it. But then in the 1960s, 70s, we had our own label. We used to record the music. Local music, it used to be folk and pop music at the time, but mainly folk, which we used to sell only in Malta. It used to be in Maltese language, but we used to sell in Malta. But there used to be, at that time, we had a lot of immigration. Many locals were leaving and going to Australia. So they used to buy the music and take it with them there. But we used to only sell music in Malta. And there was a boom at that moment. We used to sell a lot. Especially there were some 7-inch singles that we used to sell a lot. people used to love Maltese music. They were in love with this kind of music, and we used to sell quite a lot. Nowadays, they are still being played on radio stations, not too much, but they are still played, and they still sell on CDs. But in the 60s, 70s, we used to record the singers, mainly folk. We had 7-inch and LPs, but the 7-inch used to do really well. The A side and the B side, we used to record them, and they used to sell very well here. We used to have singers. They used to play them on the radio, and you see people coming here to buy the music. Everyone, was in love with Maltese music.
Okay. The next one is in the 90s. How was how you changed your business when the 90s the vinyl starts going down?
In the 90s, it was a period of change. Everyone, we were used to selling LPs, but once the CDs got in, it took over completely Malta. No one wanted to know about LPs. Everyone used to throw them away and buy the CDs ourselves. We used to sell them for ridiculous prices. We wanted to change. We wanted to clear out all the LPs. We had very good stock. But once the CD got in Malta, everyone changed immediately from LP to CD. Obviously, it's more convenient, it's more compact. Space-wise, it's it's small, so it was convenient to the local music lovers to change from LP, to CD. So as soon as the CD got in, the LP stopped selling completely. And we got to CDs, and the sales were still very good. The sales were still very good here with CDs. As I told you, the stock that we had, the LPs, we sold it for ridiculous prices because no one wanted to have LPs anymore. And all those that had the collection, or most of them, I can say, 80% of the vinyl collectors changed to CDs. So the same people that bought the previous album on LP, they threw them away and bought the same one on CD. But there were still some clients which kept hold of the vinyl, which still come at the shop today and tell us that they still own the vinyl that they bought from this shop here, and they are proud that they still have that record. Ourselves, we are very disappointed that we lost or sold this stock for cheap price, because nowadays they get good price. And nowadays ourselves, we are buying LPs from our own clients that had bought it before in the 60s, 70s from our shop.
Okay. Do you have your family any vinyl collection?
Although we are keen about music, not much. We have our own maybe groups that we like, and we kept a little bit of the LPs, but the LPs that we kept and we have are the ones which we published ourselves. Those we kept a copy for us, but I cannot say that we kept a collection for ourselves, me or my family, about the previous, recordings, LP recordings, apart the ones which we published ourselves. Those we have in stock, the recordings.
Okay. And how was the shop like 10, 20 years ago? How was
The shop.
the money-wise when the vinyl stopped down?
When the vinyl slowed down, we continued doing okay because everyone was buying the CDs. And we changed from LP to CDs, and we did well. In fact, we bought another shop, as I was telling you, in the 90s in Slima, which was much bigger than this one. So since we were doing well, we opted, because we had a small one there in Slima, which was doing well as well with the CDs, and we opted to go for a larger shop, since the sales were doing well. But then at one point, once the internet, the downloading, got in really well, especially here in Malta, then the sales dropped down immediately. The sales dropped down. In fact, we closed both our shops in Slima, and we remained only with this one. So it was a difficult time for us. Our sales dropped down, but it wasn't the time that when we changed from LP to CD that dropped down. The sales dropped down
The internet.
when with the internet, with the downloading. And it was the moment where our sales really dropped, and we had to, to close the shops in Sliema and remain with this one open. But we tried our very best to keep at least this one, which is our main store. Everyone knows here. Many years ago, this was the meeting place on Saturdays. Saturdays, since schools is from Monday to Friday, the meeting place, it used to be either in Valletta next to the bus terminus or at this shop. Because in the 80s, 90s, everyone was in love with music. Music was, top of the range. There used to be competition between the ones that love rock and the ones that love the disco. So we used to sell badges and patches. So music at the time was I think, the top of the very best that we had done in the 80s, especially late 80s and 90s. So although we changed from LP to CD, sales was still on. But once the downloading got in, the internet got in, then the sales dropped down immediately.
And what kind of music do you like nowadays?
Since we were here, we have to love all kind of music, from classical to rock, and pop and disco, jazz. We have to love everything. Mainly, since we have to get a clear picture of what we're selling, we have to love everything. So we love all kind of music. We play all kind of music at the shop. So I cannot tell you I have some kind of music in particular which I like.
So you
more
don't
than
have
that.
like...
No, I love all kind of music. There is time and time. Sometimes you like, you want to listen slow music, and sometimes you want to listen, the music. So we love all kind of music. It has been all through generations. I cannot tell you that, for example, my father or my uncle play like only one kind of music. We love all kind of music. We love music. If you know our surname, it means, if you know the motto, it means music. The motto for everyone, when they hear our surname, it means music. So we have to love all the kind
So all
of music.
MALTA knows
All
it.
MALTA, our surname means music.
Okay. And the last question is, what you telling for the music lovers?
Yes, obviously, music is very nice, it relaxes everyone. It's very important, I think, in one's life to have first time for music, because it slows you down from everyday running. So I think music, it's a very important part of one's life, to relax a bit, to listen to, and everyone has his own type of music that he likes. The most important that he likes music, it either could be classical or rock, and everyone goes through stages, I think, in life. Maybe at one period you will like the rock music, and then after a few years getting older, maybe you change to classical music. But the most important thing is that we keep on loving music and listening to music, because I think at the end of the day it helps a lot for one's mind to relax, and obviously love and listen to the music that you like.
And one more question is, you got someone who's gonna continue the shop?
At the moment, we are just ourselves. But maybe that's what our fathers taught 20 years ago. But our mind is always, to keep this shop open. We will do every sacrifice to see it open. Although we went to difficult times, but we tried our very best that we see this shop open, and till the day we managed, and we hope that we keep on doing it for many, many years.
Oh, good. And we got some presents for you. So, thank you for the interview.
Okay. Thank you very much for your pleasure to do this interview with us.
Oh, it was my pleasure too.
And I hope that everyone will enjoy this interview, and obviously the music lovers keep on listening to music.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
I hope that we did
Thank you.
well. I think it was okay.
Yeah, I think it was okay.